What is up, 1320 fans? Welcome to 1320 Garages. This is a video series we put together. We go all across the country, see some badass garages, some really cool car collections, and bring them to you guys right here. We're about 20 minutes outside of Omaha right now at our buddy Chris Sills' property. Matt and Kyle have been here before. They've seen some of the stuff that we're about to see, but you guys are about to see all of it right now.
Hey guys, my name's Chris Sills and welcome to my shop.
First of all, thank you for inviting us out to your property. I know Matt and Kyle have been here before.
Yep.
They rant and rave about the stuff they've seen out here. We had to come check it out. This is one of, I think, 3 buildings that you're going to show us today?
That's correct.
All right, what are we standing in right now? This is the main shop, I'm assuming. What are the sizes? What are we looking at here?
So this is a 40 by 60, 16 foot tall sidewalls here. It's the main shop. It's got a couple lifts in it. Got all my equipment. This is where I do all my work at. If I'm working on cars, things like that. It really, this is kind of our everything shop. So this is our party shop, and that's the reason why we got the big fridges and we got 2 fridges. And I've got all the equipment though to do any kind of fabrication that I need to do so I've got welders, I've got a mill drill lathe over there, I've got a roll brake machine. You know, I racked it out and I've got toys in here. You know, I've got all the cars, obviously. I got the tire machine set up over here for changing out the drag tires and stuff like that. All my toolboxes that I have, which I have multiple of, right? Got my other little toys over here with the RC cars and stuff like that.
What is the one feature on the shop you could not live without?
The lifts. I mean, I have to have lifts in the shop to do the work that I do on the cars, right? So I really couldn't live without the lifts. And this mill drill lathe is real handy.
I'm sure that does way more things than you think it would.
It does. It pretty much can make any small part that I want. I mean, it's a pretty big mill drill lathe, and obviously the tire machines too. I mean, this is stuff that's necessary to do the work on the cars that you need to do on these cars. Yeah. It's either that or you're going to be taking them to the shops all the time, and you're going to be paying somebody else to do that stuff. And I do quite a bit of the work myself. So.
Gotcha. All right, I've noticed the fridge. Yep. We have to ask about the shop fridge, and you have a couple of them. Yeah. This one looks like it's definitely set up for parties.
That's correct.
Let's walk over here and check this one out.
So this is the beer fridge, right? Yeah.
For our future ones, they're going to have something to live up to right here.
So this is obviously the beer fridge. The other fridge over there is more of the kids' fridge, and it's got the pops and the Gatorades and stuff like that in it, except for the top part of it, right? That's the adult section, but yeah.
All right, now that we've checked out the shop itself, we got to talk about the cars that are in the shop. So let's start at the front row, over on the left, go through each car real quick.
Sure. So this guy right here is a 66 Chevelle Malibu that I picked up off of a guy that works with me. He had it for a little while, just decided to get rid of the car. And so I took the car and I've fixed it up now, and I'm probably going to put it up for sale here shortly. So really, this isn't necessarily a permanent part of my collection. This one's going to be leaving here pretty soon.
Gotcha.
But still a really nice car, and I really like the 60s as well. So
I can tell from the rest of the cars that you're. Let's check out what's the Chevy 2 here. What do we got?
So this is a
car that we met at, right?
Yep.
I've interviewed you on this car. So.
That's correct. That's correct. This car actually has its own Facebook page, its own name. It's called the Gherkin. Right, it is a real deal steel street car, right? It's got a fiberglass front clip and a fiberglass deck lid, but steel doors, steel floorboards, factory firewall. It's a leaf spring car. I can daily drive this car, or I can take it to the track and do whatever I want with it.
Nice, very nice. All right, now the Mustang.
The Mustang, this is the wife's car right here. So we picked this up. I bought this for her whenever we go to car shows and stuff. She always oogled and ogled over these cars, right? So I picked her up one of these for Christmas one year.
Gotcha.
Right?
That's a nice Christmas gift right there.
Yeah.
All right, back row Camaro, what do we got?
So that was actually the first classic that I reacquired. I really have just been trying to get all the old cars that I had in the past. And I had one of those back whenever I was 21. I bought it off of the boss of mine. His name is Ron. He lives down in Oklahoma. And it ended up getting stolen from me. But after I got older and I got a little bit more money, a little bit more settled in and everything else, I decided to go ahead and start reacquiring the cars that I had in the past. So that's really what kind of started to drive this collection.
Gotcha,
so,
gotcha.
Yep.
All right, and then clean lifted C10 here. What do we got here?
K10.
Oh, sorry, K10. It's all-wheel drive, or it's four-wheel drive, my bad.
Four-wheel drive, that's correct. So same type of story. I had a 1970 C10 whenever I was 19 years old, and you know, I love that truck, and so I really wanted one back. I really, as far as time frames, you know, with the Camaro, I had a 68 and I bought a 67. And with the truck, I had a 70. They're the same body style, but I bought a 67. And so there's a couple things that I like, which is anything past 68 and past is whenever they pass the side marker light law.
It's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
To be specific
And so
of.
they started just basically cutting holes in fenders and putting in side marker lights, and I didn't like that. So pretty much my whole collection is 67 or older.
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
I'm also a big first year fan, so if you noticed, everything that I have in my shop, the Nova is a 62, that's the first year of this body style. Obviously 65 Mustang, first year, 67 Camaro, first year, 67 K10, first year.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right, and then we got, is it a 57, is it a Bel Air or a Post?
This is a Bel Air.
Okay.
Yep, and this right here is an impulse random buy off Facebook. So I just couldn't pass it up, you know. Unfortunately, the guy must have had a little bit of bad luck or whatever, and he was in his, I think he was in his 70s and he was getting a divorce. He actually had two of them. But this one, he actually just acquired off of his buddy. Whenever he was getting the divorce or whatever, he decided to sell this one, and I picked it up for 20,000 bucks, and there isn't any way that I could pass that up.
No,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, we've gone quickly over the cars that are in this garage, but
Yeah.
we've got a couple more.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the shop with all the toys
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
Everybody else gonna ride in there. We're gonna take the side-by-side.
yeah.
How many acres you got on the property?
35,
It's not bad.
yeah.
And this next garage you built recently, is that right?
That's correct. So it got finished up last year, spring of last year. So it was whenever it got done, and then we started moving in and everything. And I put up racks up there, pallet racking and stuff like that. More of just a storage shop. In fact,
Gotcha.
I wasn't even going to put electricity in originally, but then I decided that was probably not a good move. So
Gotcha.
went ahead and put electrical up there and everything else.
All right, now this is your second shop. What are the
That's
specs
correct.
on this one, size-wise? What
So
are we
this
looking
is a 42 by 70. The main reasons I built it were to put the four-wheelers and the side-by-sides and that stuff up here.
I was wondering where those went.
Yeah, and then also the big race trailer that you've seen up there by the other shop.
Right.
That goes in here in the wintertime.
Oh, it fits in here.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
it fits in there. So I needed a little bit longer shop. It would fit in the 40 by 60, and that's the reason why I spec'd out the 40 by 60 originally. But you put that trailer in that shop and it just really clogs it up, and it makes it almost unusable.
Gotcha.
So we built this one up here. We were storing the trailer outside, but then you got to deal with the mice and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Let's check out your storage shop, which is
Yeah.
bigger and nicer than most people's garages here. What do we got here?
So
you told us before you used to race quads, right?
That's correct. That's correct. So really, this is the original race quad. I won down at Cam Raceway down in Hastings. I won the 2010 and 2011 season championship in flat track quad. So this was the original one. After I got done racing and I was done with racing, I had this thing fully rebuilt with all new factory plastics and built to the hilt, just as my toy.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
And then I picked up another one, which is identical to it, and then put my old race plastics on it and almost made it a twin to it. Right.
And it looks like you've done that.
And then
Everybody.
this is actually, so these are both 2006s. So this right here is a 2016, and I really like that black and yellow color scheme. They only come out with this color scheme every so often.
Gotcha.
And so my buddy had bought that one, and I had one that was black and green. And I basically just swapped him straight across. Mine was a 2017 and his was a 2016, but I really wanted those plastics, you know, in order to match the whole color scheme of everything.
All right, now this is a dart.
Yep.
Okay,
60
so
67, right?
This one's
Dart.
obviously not
Here-
as complete as your other ones.
No,
Let's go check it out real quick.
Whenever I was 16, my very first car, you know, Dad told me, he said, you got two choices. Whenever I was 15, he says, you got two choices. He says, you can either play sports and I'll drive you back and forth to sports, or you can get a job and get a car. Well, my choice was get a job and get a car.
There you go.
Right? So he bought me the very first one and I paid him back, but it was 300 bucks, right? And I had a 68 Dodge Dart, 225 slant 6. This is a 67, and I found this one down in Texas with 68,000 original miles on it. Factory AC car and a 225 slant 6. So we're gonna build this one up. I'm not gonna paint this car. We're gonna leave the patina on the car. I really like the patina on this car. I'm just gonna clean it up. And in fact, I mean, it's really clean car. I mean, other than the rips in the seat, I mean, I don't think you'd find a cleaner one. If you look at that headliner, it's pretty nice. So
now the car that it looks like it's a favorite of our guys here.
Yeah.
Is this a real tuk-tuk right here?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so when I walked in, I was like, that's a tuk-tuk. I know it is. So.
That's correct. And we think it's from about the 50s or 60s. It's funny because, you know, the wife does antique stuff, and if you pan over there, you'll see she's got a whole antique collection because she's got her booth over there at the Brass Arm. No, well, I got to go shopping with her sometimes, right? So I'm in a furniture store in Denver, and this thing's sitting in a furniture store in Denver.
Was it for sale or was it just?
It was for sale, right?
Did it run?
No motor in or anything. So it was like they were using it as furniture art or something right? And she's looking at all the furniture and I'm looking at this, right? And I just kept going back to it. You know. And it was a little pricey for what it is, but I mean, where are you gonna find another one? I don't think you could. I've never seen another one.
The problem with it, ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah.
Now up here,
yes.
I know we probably don't need to talk about the Nissan there.
No, that's her van.
But I do want to talk about the one next to it. So what do we got here?
I saved this car. I thoroughly saved this car because I bought this car off a gal in Omaha, and she was getting ready to chop it up and turn it into a rat rod. And it is 100% there. We are going to leave it just as it is, just as ratty as it is and everything else, and we're just going to get it running. But it's 100% complete, and it's all there. It was sitting down in a barn in Kansas whenever she found it.
Is it all original and everything?
Yes.
Damn.
100%.
All right, we've gone through this is your second garage. We have one more, and your wife told us they have the cutest cars are saved for the third garage that we're going to go see.
That would be her garage, so of course she's going to say that.
Oh, of course. Okay. Right? Let's go check those out.
So, in here we have a 2011 Mini Cooper S. It's her car. I love to drive it myself. It is a definite traffic cruiser, right? It's kind of like taking a bike through traffic because it's so small, it zips. We redid the whole car, and then we took a KO4 swap, the turbo.
Gotcha.
So it's got a KO4 turbo in it, put a bigger intercooler in it, repainted the whole car, and then blacked out all the chrome. Right?
So this is a custom little go-kart.
It's a custom little go-kart.
Very
and
nice.
It drives just like a custom little go-kart.
Very nice.
These things zip around pretty good. I really like it.
For the last car in the collection.
This is her. She's a collector too. She had one of these Range Rover Evokes. She loved it, and then they were ending this body style, the way this thing's built. So I had to go and find this car, and we found this. I believe it was in South Carolina, and we picked this one up. And so now she barely drives it. She'll drive it in the wintertime, you know, if it's a little sloppy out and she doesn't want to take the Mini. But the Mini, she beats the crap out of. Right. This one over here, she's trying to preserve and keep forever.
Gotcha.
Thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Now that we've seen every single car in the collection,
yeah,
we want to know what your top three are.
Okay.
Okay. You got that in your head?
Yep.
Take us to number 3 first. Let's go see that one first.
All right. You know, the toughest thing to do is pick your top 3 out of all these
It's like picking your favorite kids, right?
I'm telling you. But number 3 is going to have to be the Camaro.
Okay. Normally with our top 3, we would ask you to take the car out for a little cruise so we can get a little. But I understand that's a situation with the Camaro right now.
Yeah, I blew her up last Friday.
Gotcha. So. Tell us why exactly this car is your number 3. Out of all the cars you got, why exactly is this number 3?
This is obviously one that I had back in the day whenever I was 21. It's got sentimental value to me. I've always loved these cars. I think that they got really good body lines and everything else, and it's just one of those cars I'd never get rid of.
It's a pretty good number 3.
Yeah.
What tops that? What's number 2?
Number 2 is the truck. The truck is, to me, this is one of the funnest ones that I have. I mean, it's a straight pipe truck. It cackles. It's just a really, really, really fun truck to drive.
Before we get too far into it, can we take this out for a cruise and talk about it? I know you just got them all detailed and cleaned up.
Yeah.
But let's take this out and then we'll dive deeper into why this is your number 2.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
Sweet.
Good luck.
I was like, wait, what year was this? Okay, before 73, not required. Got it. All right, let's start with this. This is a 1967 K10.
That's correct.
What is the setup under the hood of this one?
So this is a 383 small block, 440 horse motor. It's so it's basically built as a driver truck. After I put this motor in there, I think she's a little underpowered, but that's just me, right? So
You're used to a little bit more power in most things. Yeah.
And so I think it could use I think I could probably get her up around 700 horse and still be a nice driver, right?
Gotcha.
I don't know exactly whether I want to go big block with it or what, but this is good for me for now, and I actually thoroughly enjoy it and thoroughly enjoy driving it. So.
All right, it's got the 383.
Yep.
Transmission. What are we working with here?
So that's Tremec made a replacement tranny for these trucks. So where they retain the granny low, but then they gave you a 5th gear. And I can't remember exactly what the number is off that tranny. And then we put a later model transfer case in it because these trucks used to be all the time 4-wheel drive. So they didn't have the front locking hubs and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of upgraded to more of your square body axle up front to where I could, drive around 2-wheel drive and stuff like that. So yeah, and then it's 12-bolt rear, and I think it's a Dana up front. And it's got basically straight pipes glass backs. Built it as one of those obnoxious redneck cruisers.
Okay.
Right? So that way you could, it tackles. And then whenever you downshift it, it does the same thing, So it's a really fun truck just on that front, right? I really like how kind of loud and obnoxious it is.
Right. So while we're talking about redneck, loud, obnoxious, can we talk about your shifter real quick?
Oh,
okay.
Well,
okay. So you said it's a Tremec 5-speed.
That's correct.
And this is
that's a 12 gauge marine finish, short barrel, 12 gauge pistol grip shotgun, and it's a real shotgun.
I'm about to say real shotgun. Can it still shoot things?
That's correct. It can.
So does it? How is it on the? Is it just put on there? Is it threaded on?
No, you pretty much have to take the gun apart to get it off the shifter.
Oh,
so
okay.
It isn't like you can just pull it off and use it.
Gotcha.
It's pretty much permanently affixed. It has, for the most part, what it has is a wedge anchor in the barrel, right, that holds it onto that shifter. So, but it's worked really well. We haven't had any issues with it coming loose or anything like that. And it just kind of sets the truck off. I mean, you're driving around this, redneck truck with a 12 gauge shotgun shifter. And really, one of my favorite things to do in this truck is drop that gear and drag those rear tires and just let her tackle. Right? See? How much fun's that? And it kind of scares the shit out of people too whenever you do that right next to them,
Oh, I'm sure. I think you're locking up the brakes or something?
Yeah.
Can I feel the shifter? Does it twist or anything?
Yeah, go for it.
That's
it's solid.
Yeah, it is. You could tell there's all the gun parts are still in it too because it jiggles and you feel everything in there.
Yeah, you can. She still works.
Do that one more time for me.
That is. Yeah.
How short how short is the barrel on this one?
So I think that's I think it's a 10-inch barrel.
Gotcha. Most? When do you take it out the most? What do you use it for?
Driving back and forth to work.
That's it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't do a whole lot of car shows or cruises and stuff like that.
I didn't know, like grocery shopping, things like that.
Menards.
Okay.
Right? Because
I guess it is still a truck, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's got an 8-foot bed where my other truck is a 6-foot bed, crew cab, and then I've got a toolbox in the back of it. So really only got about 4 foot of bed. Well, you can't really go pick up lumber and stuff like that with that truck. And
so you pick up lumber in this thing?
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's somebody who uses their truck right there.
Yeah.
I respect
Yeah.
that. Now I've noticed in your older cars, or actually in all your cars, you like Chevrolets.
Yep.
But I didn't see an LS in anything.
Nope.
Was there a reason behind that?
Because in my opinion,
oh, hang on, we're about to make a statement here, folks.
the small block's better than the LS.
Okay.
Because
I've met guys like you, so I had to see if that was the case with you.
Yeah, the small block's better than the LS. The small blocks makes more power. You can get more power out of a naturally aspirated small block than you can out of in a pump gas motor too, than you can out of an LS motor. And so I don't understand what the draw was to the LS and why the guys did it. I mean, I do, because I've had people explain it to me, but for the most part, what they say is it was just a cheap way to get fuel injection on their cars, right? So then everybody started throwing the LS, but the LS will not hold as much power as a small block will, you know, so to me the small block's a better motor, plus I think it's almost sacrilege to throw those types of motors in there.
Okay,
right?
that's fair,
So,
that's fair, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think Kyle's going to check out your number one. I don't know what it is. I have a good assumption, but I think Kyle's going to ride with you for number one, so let's go check that out.
All right.
How was it?
He definitely drives that thing. That's a street truck, and the shifter is probably one of my favorite parts of the whole damn thing. That is cool. It's a 12 gauge and it still works.
Oh, it still works?
Yeah, he would. It's just sitting there on the. I was like, what the hell is that? It's like, thank you for taking me out your number two. I think Kyle's going to take over, and he's going to take over for number one. So, all right.
So it is number one. Is it the one that I'm guessing?
The Mini.
Yes, the Mini. All right.
Yeah. So let's go take out the Mini.
I don't want to take out the Mini. I wish I would have gone in the
You
truck.
gonna ride in the Mini? You're gonna ride in the Mini? No, obviously it's
okay, it is the Gherkin. All right.
It's the Gherkin.
All right, fine. Right. Oh boy. All right, hold on. We gotta take my shoes off for the shade carpet. Oh yeah, that is nice. We'll just leave those here. First time doing an interview shoeless. Thanks. Wow. It's pretty roomy. Get all this space in here.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty nice.
I guess this is the one downside of having a gravel, well, big downside of having a gravel road.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, this one especially because it doesn't have any air filtration on it, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of want to stay ahead of the dust a little bit, but I also don't want to kick up a whole lot of dust. So I just kind of cruise it down the gravel until I can hit pavement, you know.
Yep. So the thing I noticed right away is that you're sitting pretty far back from the dash. Does it move, or the seats move back a little bit?
Oh yeah, if you were to put these seats in the stock location, you'd be sitting on the dash.
Really?
And of course, in a car like this, it's just not feasible.
Is it like a foot further back? You know how far?
You're pretty much sitting in the rear seat.
Oh, in the rear seat. Okay. Makes sense. Gee, cruise is pretty nice.
Yeah, on the pavement.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, people were surprised at actually how smooth it rides, but it is a leaf spring car. You know, it actually holds the road pretty good and everything. So
I like the carpet's nice.
yeah,
I'm glad I took my shoes off. I get the full experience here. So what transmission's in it?
so it is a TH400 with gear vendors overdrive.
Oh, okay. Overdrive help you keep the RPMs down when you're cruising.
Yep.
Nice.
I'll get on her a little here, but I have her pretty tuned down.
Okay.
That's about a quarter throttle.
That's quarter throttle, 25% throttle.
I'd have to go back and hit the dude on the those, you know, exhausts on the side there and stuff. But
when you end up taking this on drag week, I highly recommend headsets.
yeah,
You're gonna want headsets for sure. Combination under the hood?
So it's a 565 big block Chevy, regular iron block, with twin 76 mil turbos on it, and then it's plasma man intake.
Straight out of Australia.
Yep. Yep.
So it weighs 3,600 pounds.
3650 with me in it.
You in it.
Yep.
That's pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah.
You need a lot of power
Yeah.
to make that happen.
I pretty much built it to be bulletproof, so the rear end in it is a Moser Fab 9, and then it's all strange internals, strange guts. It's got the bigger 9-inch gear, which I can't remember, I think it's a 10-inch actually, and then it's got a 40 spline gun drilled axles, carbon fiber drive shaft. It actually has gas assisted shocks in the rear, so that way you can actually dial those. We have all the electronic points you can put on a car.
All the sensors and stuff,
yep,
wheelie sensors.
Yep, it's got potentiometers all the way around. It actually has a ride height sensor, a laser in the front, so that way if it gets too high, it can kill timing, right,
Yeah.
things like that.
Who did the cage work in it?
Mike Moss and Sublime Speed.
Oh yeah, okay.
So Sublime Speed did all of the work on the car. I originally gutted the car, took it down to the unibody, mounted up the front chassis on it because that's a Smith Racecraft front end.
Yeah.
And mounted the motor. I had to reposition the motor. It's still in the stock location, but the angle that it was tipped at didn't work in the car for the way it's set up. So I re-angled the motor myself, and then I also did all the pipe work that you see up front, and then Moss did all the cage work, which, you know, I could probably do the cage work too. It's just a time constraint type thing, and he's an excellent fabricator. I don't know if you noticed exactly how well this cage is tucked up in here.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really well built car.
That's the reason I ask, is because the cage follows the lines of the door really nicely.
Yep, and then we hid these, so like that one you can't see over there because it's hid right behind the post.
Yeah.
I mean, and and they're tucked in real tight too. Like there's no gap there. You know,
it's just a part of the body almost.
Yep.
How was that?
It was loud.
You guys
that's for sure.
You guys were moving pretty good on the last clip.
Speed limit. It said it was.
Was it speed limit?
Right at 55.
Looks like you guys got up to like 60.
Yeah.
At least 60.
With the one in front of it.
Oh.
So this is your number one.
That's
we
correct.
got the truck at number 2 and the Camaro at number 3.
Yep.
Thank you for showing us a collection.
Yeah, no problem.
What a badass collection. I love the theme that you have going along with it.
Well, you know, I got another room downstairs if you want to see it.
You have another room downstairs.
Yeah.
What's the room downstairs?
Gun room.
The gun room?
Yeah.
Of course we want to see it.
You want to see the gun room?
Yes.
All right.
All right, let's check this out.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready. We're going downstairs.
So this down here is the other man cave.
Holy... What?
So this right here is the gun room.
You don't say.
Yep.
That's
What
nice.
the hell?
Thanks.
Oh my God. You're prepared for war.
Yeah, a little bit. It's fun. For the most part, it's fun, right? I mean, I am prepared for war, but for the most part, it's all fun. So we like to target shoot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Guys come out all the time and target practice. We got a range set up out in the backyard. I have a bunch of steel targets, steel plates, stuff like that that we shoot at. And, you know, just hang out and have fun and shoot guns.
Well, we appreciate you showing us your whole collection here. This is like your whole property is like 35 acres of just fun in America. That's what's going on.
Well, you guys are gonna have to go ride or something, right? You guys are gonna have fun. I mean, you came all the way out here, right?
I'm down.
So you're gonna have to go through the trails, right? We got about 4.5 miles worth of trails out here.
Holy
and
crap.
yeah, you guys have to go out there. I actually got them all set up for you guys because I knew you guys are coming out, and so I wanted to, set it up for you, right? So everything's kind of ready to go if you guys want to go have some fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
All right, Chris, we've had a fun-filled day here at your property.
Thanks.
I have one last question. Out of your whole car collection here, your buildings, everything, what's next? What are you going to add to the collection? Are you going to build another garage because you're running out of room again? What are we doing next?
Well, we do kind of have it in the works. I don't know how long it'll be, but we do plan on building one more shop over here on the top of the hill, right? With her collecting antiques like she does and everything else, she kind of needs her own workshop, and I would like to get my shop back.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's kind of in the thought process anyways. Don't know when it will happen. As far as cars go, I am pretty much done. I do have one out of that I owned back in the day. So I had the 68 Dart was my first car, obviously. We talked about that. And then I had an 84 Dodge Daytona. Don't really want that car back, but I had that. And then my third car I ever owned was an 84 Z28. And it was chocolate brown metallic with gold ground effects and gold wheels and T-tops, tan interior, And the funny thing is that the wife also had an 86 IROC. So that era of car, right?
Should be an easy sell for her, right?
Yeah, well, you'd think so. I've kind of mentioned it to her before, and she's not too keen on the idea, but of course, if you see everything we got, there's a lot to maintain and all that kind of stuff, but yes, I would definitely add that to my collection.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you very much for inviting us out. You cleaned up all your cars and you got a couple of them dirty for us, so we really appreciate that. Good luck with the collection in the future. Can't wait to see what you add to it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
See you later, man.
You guys have fun.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of 1320 Garages. Thank you guys very much for watching. If there's a collection or a garage that we absolutely need to know about, we need to do one of these episodes on, drop it in the comments below. Let us know. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
He's ready to party.
Yeah, obviously. Do you see how he stood?
Yeah,
he
I
stood
did.
like this. I'm gonna take notes.
No, you do like this. Like,
You
most
see how
people
he
do
did
like this, right? Stand
No,
into it.
I'm not doing that shit. Lean back. Got it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
did
got
get
it.
it. You did get it. You got the shit of it.
I ain't shooting it again, but I got it. Dude, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Yeah, you gotta try that. Yeah, just grip it real tight.
Wow! I did it.
Good job, Kyle.
Good
job, Kyle.
That's a concealed carry gun for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It might stick out of your shorts, but you can conceal carry that thing all day.
Holy crap. All right, so flamethrower instructions.
So all I did was
It's on?
Yep,
on
it's
and I
on.
push the button,
All you gotta do is grip it right here, right?
grip it, and rip it.
All right, get a little closer.
I need to shoot it at the wood, I'm guessing.
Yes.
How far does it go?
Oh, you're good. You're far enough away.
You're gonna light up right. Is there already gas in it? Oh.
Just go. Just don't light me on fire.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Why are you letting off, pussy? Yes! Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. Holy shit. It's hard to eat that. Screw the Boring Company flamethrower. That is a fucking flamethrower right there.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking flamethrower right there.